What's up, everyone? I'm CL Connolly, and today I want to talk about how I create characters. So, you've got a bunch of people out there on social media that, they always say, oh, this is them, this is them, this is them. So, I guess they have like titles over who some of these people are, right? And I always think it's funny because they always say like, oh, this is the pick me. And I'm all like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm too freaking old to understand what the hell half of this shit means, right? I'm like, the fuck's a pick me? So, I don't know. I mean, I've watched videos. I'm still not really too sure what a pick me is, but okay. That's just in my head. I'm not sure. So, and the one that's like, oh, I'm not like other girls. I mean, you are, but whatever. That one I do understand only because it's like, dude, you are. You totally are. You're just a difference in who you are. But whatever. Anyway, so I always like watching these little videos to try to see how to create specific characters depending on what their role is in the books, right? So here's the deal. Anytime there's a rude character that I need for everyone to absolutely hate and loathe for the purpose of the book, I watch Karen videos. These are people who are literally just awful human beings out there in the world. I watch a lot of true crime too, specifically because like Roadkill Cafe. Just recently did that one. So Roadkill Cafe has like the worst character in the world. Like she is horrendous. Okay. So there are a lot of mannerisms that come from that woman that if you know what 8 Passengers is, then you will understand certain aspects of who this character is. Like it will kind of click. There is one slight thing is the fact that my niece also helped me create this character. And it is someone that both me and my niece know personally. It kind of embodies them a little bit too. So essentially it's based on a couple of real people that were mashed together and they're just two awful, horrific people. And that is where this comes from. And it is just grotesquely, literally this woman is the epitome of a shitty person in the world, right? And then there's a few more customers that get murdered as well. I mean, like, I say customers, characters. There are a few more characters that get murdered too. Like, there are several different aspects where they're killing characters and shit like that. So anyway, so the attitudes and stuff like that come off of these people generally come from like the Karen videos. So you see someone acting like an asshole in public, please don't act like an asshole in public and don't take it out on other people, because then you'll be in a video and I will laugh as I watch these videos and take notes to turn you into a horrible character that just gets murdered. So there's that. And then I watch some of these other videos where it's like, they're always talking about like, this is the pick me. And I'm like, I don't understand what this means, but I'm able to create characters out of it. I'm really not sure. I mean, it's just a terrible human being who basically is like, oh, I'm better than everyone else. So everyone likes me and everybody wants me, or at least that's how I get it. Like the pick me is the everybody wants me type of thing. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. If anyone can actually explain to me what the hell a pick me is, that would be great. Because apparently every video that I watch, everyone already knows what it is, so they don't really come out with like a definition of who the hell a pick me is, but whatever. Anyway, but so you've also got like the alpha males. I'm going to tell you right now, the alpha male videos where these boys, they're children, because older men, you kind of get used to the fact that they just believe that they're God's gift to women, blah, 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 whatever. And they just have that asshole, attitude. So when they get older, fine. When they're younger, they are literally the shittiest people ever. Like, they don't understand how the world works. These alpha males actually believe that everything in their head is correct And that's just how it is. Oh, look at me. Whatever the fuck they're doing with their jawlines. Nobody gives a shit about what the hell your bones look like from the inside of your face. I'm just saying. Nobody cares. And going out and getting those little fillers and shit, because I've seen that too. Oh my God. Guys, come on. So, here's the thing. Alpha males, I cannot stand. Beta males are almost incels. Okay, and if you don't know what an incel is, just wait, because I have a book coming up for that too. But it's involuntarily celibate, I guess is what the incel stands for. And they're calling them beta males. But, you know, the thing is, though, is that alpha males are such dickwads because they believe that, oh, you're supposed to bow down to me and do what I say and blah, blah, blah. No, nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Eventually you'll be alone and think that you're cool. And yes, the young girls, when you're 40, are probably going to be like, oh my God, he's such an alpha. Yeah, nobody's really going to give a shit. I'm sorry. Beta males, especially ones who are quiet and they're basically kind of on their own in a sense, like they basically keep to themselves and then they're shocked when, you know, a girl wants to be with them and stuff like that. Those are the good guys. Those are the ones that everybody wants. Those are the ones that are going to end up being married and having a family. Then you got the incels who believe they're supposed to have a relationship. Most of them act like alpha males, but there is no alpha male. You know what I mean? Like, they're not really alpha males because technically they have almost like that beta male mentality when it comes to girls, because they believe the girls are supposed to come to them. And if they don't, and they kind of put themselves out there and the girl's not interested, then they get really pissed off. So I'm going to believe that every single time I watch one of those videos where it's like, you know, the guy's all like, hey, you want to go out? And the girl says, no, thank you. And he goes, well, that's because you're a fucking bitch. That's an incel. That's how I see it. You're an incel. You're mad because this girl will not give you the time of day. So now you result to insulting her because you believe that you deserve it. Nobody deserves anything. Right? So, and then you've got the androgynous males. Okay, back in the day, an androgynous man was, I don't know, a sensitive guy, I guess you could say. Like, an androgynous man was someone who was a little bit more effeminate in a way, but he was still straight, I think. I think that's where we got androgynous, where it was like he was straight, but he kind of had that effeminate type mentality. And it was just, oh, he's just androgynous. He can go either way type of thing. Not really like, not like he would go either way, but he was straight. Like he dated women, but he was just effeminate. You know what I mean? So back then we called them androgynous. I don't really know what they're calling them now, but apparently, and I have to be very careful about what I say about this because I know how some people can take things, but I feel like a lot of androgynous males at this point are the ones who are coming off saying they're non-binary, but they want to dress like, you know, they want to dress feminine and wear makeup, and they say they're non-binary. And I think that is where androgynous is in a sense, but I don't know. I don't really understand. Okay. Because back in the 90s, the whole androgynous male was, it was still I don't know. I don't really want to get too much further into this because I'm not really understanding exactly the whole purpose of what is happening with the world because I don't understand the non-binary thing. So I will tell you this much. I understand trans. I understand that. I don't understand non-binary, so I will never put that in my books because I don't understand that character, so I don't feel like I have that knowledge or ability to actually put that type of character in any of my books because I don't understand non-binary. I've never understood that. I don't understand why you'd want to be referred to as multiple people because they is literally multiple people, not one single person. So I don't understand that. Plus, I don't get the neo-pronouns and all those extra. I am confused. I don't understand. I understand trans. Blair White is my queen. That is all I'm going to say about that. That I understand. Like, I watch Blair White and Buck Angel and stuff like that. So I understand the whole trans thing. There are certain people that I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's certain things that I don't understand. So some things I won't put in my books, if that makes sense. So I'm going to say now that there are certain people who will not be represented in my books, specifically because I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm trying because I watch a lot of videos and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm watching things and I'm trying to understand, but it still doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense what they've come up with, and I'm confused. So whatever I understand and I get and I feel like I can do in a respectful way, if I can portray that character respectfully in my books, then they'll be represented in my books. If I cannot respectfully, because I don't get it, I don't understand, and it'll turn into a complete disaster of a mess where someone will be very upset about it, I can't do it. I cannot represent specific characters that I don't understand. So if there's anyone out there who can actually, I don't know. My thing is that I guess in my sense, if you feel like you're not being represented in a specific genre or a specific type of, oh, I want to see someone like me in this movie or in that movie. Well, to me, that means you're self-absorbed and you really just are looking for validation of who you are. And I don't think anybody really needs validation of who they are. Anyway, tomboys. Tomboys are basically girls that just like to go outside and climb trees and pick up rocks and dirt and all kinds of other stuff. So they're not necessarily, I want to put it this way, okay? They're not necessarily lesbians. Okay, I was a total tomboy, right? I liked putting bugs in my pocket, and my mom used to get so mad because she'd find them in her laundry. And I had no problem, clawing around in the dirt and getting dirty and everything else. Now, as long as I was in charge of the dirty, my son is the same way. As long as he's in charge of him getting dirty. If he were to slip and fall in mud and then he got dirty, he's not happy with that. It is time to shower, change his clothes, everything. Apparently, I was the same way as a child. And I do know that I do the same thing when I go outside, where it's like, I don't know if I really want to do that. Unless I'm in the process of going out there to get dirty, and I'm okay with that. So there's always that. But my thing is, though, is that with tomboys and stuff like that, it's okay to make a tomboy straight. It's okay to make an androgynous man straight. It's okay to do that because technically it's a thing. It happens that way. I think the last actual dress I wore was my wedding dress 22 years ago. So I don't like wearing dresses. I would rather wear pants. I have actually had to ask my husband, hey, by the way, we're going to this company thing. Can I wear pants? Can I please wear pants? Do I have to wear a skirt? Because I will wear a floor-length skirt with my pants underneath. I'm not even kidding. I have tried. Although he doesn't like it. So anyway, my biggest thing is the fact that when I create characters, I watch a lot of videos. I will watch videos of people, main character syndrome. Oh my gosh. Those videos of people who believe they are the main character in their own lives and they go out into public and just do some of the most abhorrent things okay, I'm sorry, but if you are filming in public, you have to expect that someone is going to walk between you and your camera if you are not right up against it. If you are not within like a foot of that camera, someone will walk between you and that camera. You cannot get mad. You are in public. You are not the main character in life. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. The sun and the earth, they rotate, right? They spin around each other, right? Isn't that how it works? It is not you. The world does not revolve around you. So these main characters, they are I will tell you that some of these main characters really have that Karen-esque type air about them. right? Because especially like the ones who are in the gym, they set up their camera and they're over there doing reps or something like that. And people are just around them doing their workouts too. And they keep walking past the camera and they're just like, I'm trying to film. Bitch, then go home. Do it at your house where no other people are around. I'm just saying, like, people are not paying attention to the fact that you have a camera set up. Main character syndrome. These people suck. Ugh. Sorry, I got something in my eye. But I'm serious. Like, these people with main character syndrome, they literally suck. They are just awful. And it's funny because what they don't realize is that they are literally giving fuel to the creative fire that is an author. Because we get our ideas for characters from real people out there in the world. You want to be some crazy ass person out there in the world? Well, you're probably in someone's book somewhere. You may have pissed someone off that you didn't know was a writer, because most of us do not have our faces out there, right? So you may have pissed off someone who's a writer. You may have absolutely ended up with a straight up, someone's going to stab you in the throat with something. Like, okay, so I'm going to tell a story real quick. So there is a character that I had created. It's a short story. It was just something fun I did. It's not published. There is a biatch. Okay. I worked in the copy center of a office supply store. Okay. So I worked in the copy center of an office supply store. Now, here's the deal. I'm in the copy center. No big deal. They do shipping and stuff too. And I have a woman who comes over and says, I need a box. And I said, okay. I said, there's the shipping boxes right there. She goes, no, I need a box. I said, okay. I said, the boxes are right behind you in the shipping area. You can actually get one there. No, I'm not buying one. You're going to give me one. I'm sorry, what? I don't have any boxes back here for you. This area is very small and there are large copy machines back here. No, I do not have a box for you. Apparently, that was not good enough. She screamed at me, told me that I better find one and give her that box. She kept pointing at a box that was sitting on a counter, right? It was full of paper. It was full of paper. Then she tells me, she goes, well, then empty it. I said, I don't have a place to empty it right now. It's just sitting there. There is nothing I can do. I cannot empty it. She goes, oh, you can put that out on the counter. No, I cannot put the paper out on the counter, ma'am. And then she tells me to go to the back and fetch her one. Literally those words, go to the back and fetch me one. Well, honey, it is 1:00 in the afternoon. By 10 a.m., all the boxes are crushed in the baler. So no, there's no empty boxes in the back, lady. So then she screams and tells me she wants to speak to a manager. Well, luckily, her loud voice and her screeching behavior caused a manager to walk over. Luckily, it's one of the good managers. So he immediately tells this woman, of course, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it's one of the good managers. He's on my side. He said, he understands my plight. No, I cannot give her a box from back here. He explains to her the same fucking thing I did. The shipping area is right. She says, no, I'm always given a box. Then eventually, because he's the manager and he doesn't want to deal with this shit, he just store uses one of those boxes that needs to be paid for. He store uses it instead and then allows her to have it. Then she looks at me and she goes, see, was that so hard? I walked away and I told the manager, I said, no, you can deal with this because I wasn't going to do it anymore. I'm sorry, but don't. So I went and I wrote a story about this bitch where I climbed over the counter, grabbed a pair of scissors and stabbed her in the neck with them repeatedly. And then I plucked out her eyeballs with the scissors. But that's the thing though. Don't be a dick because sometimes you may end up in a book or a story. It was literally just a short story I wrote. It's not even on any of my MacBooks. It's on a PC that is no longer functioning, but it no longer functions. But either way, who gives a shit? Just don't be a mean person. You could end up being the character in someone's book. And I'm thinking about using the androgynous male character because there is one out there. Okay. that is very creepy. And the way he comes off on whatever, it's a dude. That's just how I'm going to put it. I'm sorry. I don't understand the non-binary. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way, but this guy is literally just gross and awful, and he's a horrible human being. He wants to come off as being just a nice person. And no, I'm not going to say what his name is, because he likes to dox people who say what his name is. But the thing is, though, is that he likes to come off like he's being a genuine person. No, he's only genuine as long as you're a child. If you're an adult who wants to question his motives, then he's no longer a nice person. So anyway, that's about as far as I'm going to say about that. Look, here's the deal. Characters are created from real people. There are real people out there that are being assholes to minimum wage workers. There are people out there who are being assholes to minimum wage workers, and it gives fuel to my fire because I know how to create an asshole character from those videos. Thank you so much to everyone who videos those dicks, because it's helpful for me to actually see it. I spend 6 days a week in my house, and then I drive to a small town to go grocery shopping on Sunday. And the grocery store is very pleasant because it's small town Texas. We all generally tend to get along for no reason at all, just because we are human beings and that's what we do. And everyone seems to be kind of nice. I mean, I don't think I ever actually hear horns honk either when you're out in town or anything. Not unless somebody's honking the horn to go, hey, how you doing? You know, that's about as much as I get. So I don't like going out into the bigger cities. And if I do, it's because I'm going to a convention. So I don't really see any hubbub going on because I'm at a convention, and some of the best people go to horror conventions. Horror conventions. So we actually do not have a problem. Even the police last year that I was talking to that were there to make sure that nothing got out of line, they actually had said that the horror conventions were actually the most tame that they ever go to, and they know they're never going to have a problem. Which is good to know. That's really good to know. I'm so glad to know that, because sometimes being in crowds is kind of creepy because you never know if someone's just going to randomly shoot into a crowd. But apparently we know that it just won't happen because we're just awesome people who like to kill people in our imaginations or paint dead bodies. I mean, hey, who doesn't like to paint a dead body? Anyway, that is all. Just remember, creating characters can be easy when real people give fuel to the fire and make stupid ass videos. It makes it so much better. It makes it so much easier to create the asshole characters. And you will be murdered. I don't know. It's in our imagination. That's it. It's in our imagination. That's all. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But if you like the video, like it, whatever. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye!